In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit using your iPhone. You've started your adventure. Now you have a story to tell. But how? This is your show, RV Media Creators. I'm Garrett, and in this community, we will show you how. So let's show the world your story. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you haven't watched any of my other videos on creating a thumbnail, I highly suggest that you go back and watch the first video at least. That way you can understand some of the themes and topics that I'm talking about here, and that way it'll help you understand when you're trying to create a thumbnail. There are a lot of channels that actually spend just as much time creating or coming up with thumbnail ideas as they do the video itself. So make sure to keep that in mind. If you're not artistic or technically minded, it might be a little difficult to come up with something really cool and original. There's a couple free apps on iPhone that you can use. I have two different programs that I'm going to go ahead and show you. One is called Phonto and one is called Thumbnail Maker. They are both free programs and it allows you to edit and make a thumbnail. This is really helpful if you edit on your phone and you upload on your phone. You can also create a thumbnail on your phone and help that way. What you'll do is you'll hit the camera icon and you'll hit plain image. And there's a couple different ones you can choose from. Choose the top right one so that it's completely white. And then up at top you'll want to hit custom size. And this is where you want to make the 1920 by 1080. And that is the standard size for all thumbnails on YouTube. Now that you've created it, you can do things like you can change the color, you can make it vertical, you can do other things. So from there you'll hit the top right and it says use and save, use. I'll just hit use and it puts it into your editor. Let's go ahead and put a photo on our canvas. Bottom left hand corner you have your three little bars and you'll hit add image. Let's go ahead and take a photo. Select this photo that I took here. And you'll see that it made it into a little tiny thumbnail in the corner. So you can click that and then you can change its size. So let's go ahead and make it just a little bit bigger. You won't need to worry about if the image itself is a little bit bigger. When you're done with the image, it will crop it to the size of that canvas that we created when we first started the new project. And just move this over a little bit more so I got room. Now let's go ahead and add my green box like I do with my other photos. I hit add item and I'll come over to the star and I will select a box. Now you'll notice that the box is movable. Let's do my colors. I'm going to go up and make it just a bit wider, and I'll put that there. You will notice that I don't have all the same options as far as shading and things like that, but you know, find a program that works for you and then just work with that. It's pretty simple. Now we're going to add some text to make a thumbnail for free on your phone. Go ahead and hit done, and notice it makes it just a bit too big, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and take the size down so that it fits here, a little bit further down. That looks pretty close. Let's see if we can put any more, like a drop shadow. Let's add an underline. There we go. Hit done there. Got a drop shadow. Now I'm not necessarily happy with that color. It might be a little on the bright side. Let's go ahead and change that color and we'll see if we can get the bluer color. See how that looks. Those are two different options of what you can do. Find one that works best for you, one that fits your brand, and go with that. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, save it out, and then this is the image you will probably see on this video. When you are done and you're happy with the image that you created, hit the box with the arrow sign that says done, and you'll scroll down until you see save image. Hit save image. And if you want the free ad version, you can pay some money and get the free version. And there is my thumbnail. You can get very creative and you can do all kinds of stuff on this program, so go ahead and check it out. Now we're going to check out another program called Thumbnail Maker, and you have a few different options. You can have a channel art, cover maker, and thumbnail maker. So we will start with Thumbnail Maker, and it'll give you a few options. You can do collage and you can do a single image. So let's find a photo. You can kind of move it around to where you want it to be. Let's get it right there. And on the top right hand side you'll see the little arrow, and that goes to the next step. Now you can do a few different options. If you want to use this as a normal thumbnail maker, I highly suggest that you pay to remove the watermark. It is not that expensive. It's $1.99 to remove the watermark. I highly suggest that you do that, because the last thing you want, especially when you're editing videos or thumbnails, is to have a pesky little watermark saying, hey, I used the free version to make this. You know, $1.99, not that expensive. It's definitely worth the money. Making videos seriously, it's definitely something to look into. Now that we have our image selected, let's go ahead and select text. You can put your text all over. The cool thing is that I like about this program is it has the screen broken out into different kind of quadrants, so you can line it up where you want it to go. Let's type out something. Done. Now I have the option of putting it right where I want it to be, and then you have the option to have a whole bunch of different fonts. You can change it to that font, to that font, before, after, new, and or vlog. Let's go ahead and keep it there, and then you see that you have a few different little circles next to the text that you created. The top left is to remove the text, the top right is to edit the text, the bottom right is to resize the image, and then you can also tilt the image as well. This way, you kind of make it offset, kind of grabs your attention a little bit, and now I have created a thumbnail. Let's go ahead and go to the next button. Now that you have it done, hit Save Picture, or you can upload it to YouTube. It's a very easy program. Some of the other programs that are recommended, one being Phonto. It's a little more in-depth, but it definitely can work for you. There are a lot of tutorials on how to use that app. If you don't like Thumbnail Maker, consider one of the other free apps out there. Most of these free programs have a way to unlock more features. You know, pay a few dollars and you get more features. You get a watermark removed or things like that. If you haven't checked out my video on editing on a desktop, I suggest you go check that out as well. I use a free program called GIMP on my computer. It is available for Mac and PC, and it is open source. So there's a lot of extras and things you can get, which is pretty cool. I highly suggest you check out my Essentials of YouTube series. I'll link that in the description and at the end of this video so that you can go and figure out the fundamentals of how to get a YouTube channel started and how to create videos while you're on the road. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'm Garrett, and I want to help you tell your story.